Hello and welcome to Wheels 2 and 4. I'm Andrew and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to meet a man and have a look at his fantastic replica of a well-known World War II vehicle. And we're going to talk about building a Kübelwagen. I first saw this car at Frankton Thunder in Hamilton, and I've always been interested in militaria, so I was keen to find out more about it. And I'm very pleased to be with Jeff, the man behind this amazing car. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
You're very welcome. Pleased you're here.
So what led you to this particular vehicle? Was it something you'd thought about a bit for a while?
Yeah, I've always had an interest in military vehicles since I was a kid, and I was at a tank show at Horror 2 many years ago, and I saw Kübelwagen there belongs to Peter Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And I looked at it and thought, that's going to be easy to build. It's just flat panels. It wasn't.
I think a lot of people have probably made that same mistake.
Probably have.
He's got quite a collection of military.
He has, yes. He's got a lot.
Yeah.
So I've never met the guy, but I reckon he's got a big workshop and everything.
Mm.
You know.
Had you built anything like this before, or was this your first big project?
I've built other vehicles back in the UK, but not military. Ford Special, restored Ford Prefects and stuff like that.
Right.
But nothing on the military scale.
Was is this any more specialised than certain models of cars? Because I know some cars, maybe older stuff, they're hard to get bits for as well, or...
Well, when you're doing, like I built the Ford Special, it was a case of I just used my own judgment and that, and built it the way I wanted it.
Right.
Whereas this, it has to be to a certain specifications. You know, it has to look right as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you work from plans or pictures or a kit?
Not a kit, although you can buy them. I worked from drawings off the internet, and a good friend of mine, Mike's got a real one in Auckland, and he allowed me to take a lot of measurements, which helped immensely.
I bet.
And then from there it was just trying to get things right. It had to. I'd look at the car and go, "Hey, I don't like that," and then change it.
So, are there actually any sort of resources available, like online, and
yes, there are.
For the building of them?
You can buy in the Czech Republic and Germany. They do actually do reproductions, full bodies, which are quite expensive.
I bet.
And I got the hood frame, which you can see, and the hood itself from a company in the Czech Republic.
Right.
Because I couldn't get it made here, and I couldn't do it myself.
No, it's a bit specialised. Yeah. Like just looking at the mechanism of the, yeah, that's quite something.
It is.
So what did you use for a foundation for this, for the chassis and the motor?
I got a 1962 Volkswagen, which was derelict, quite rusted out, the floors and everything.
Right.
And it was left-hand drive, which was the main purpose, because you can't convert from right to left. So I had to buy a left-hand drive car.
Right.
Which was quite expensive for what I got, but I had to pay for it, so... And that's the foundations on it.
Yeah, and I think from what I was reading, they had a relatively small motor, the original ones?
Yes, I think they were only 25 horsepower maximum.
So this is a bit bigger than what original?
Small, yeah. Well, the original engine that was with this was a 1200cc.
Right.
But it was so badly seized up, I managed to get a hold of a 1300 engine, and convert to 1500 with different barrels and pistons.
Right.
And runs really well.
So also when I was reading about them, they had an interesting sort of reduction in the on the drive shaft to the hubs kind of thing.
Yes.
And I don't know, was that a specialist to this, or was that available on a road car? Or?
It wasn't on the ordinary road cars, but they had them on the early combis. Right up until the mid-50s, I think it was, or later 50s. And the idea was to give more ground clearance, and which worked. Plus it makes the car slightly wider.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and it goes up hills really well, because it's obviously gear reducted. So.
And So does that limit your top speed then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. But it's manageable on the road?
Yes, drives all right on the road.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I imagine that this could be difficult to just buy parts for. Is it difficult to round up parts or get parts made?
You can get parts, people often sell them, but they're quite expensive. But what I've done in the past is I just make them.
Right.
Make what I can. All the swaging was done with a swaging tool and everything like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Buy the tools to do it and
yeah.
carry on.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
So
Some of the things I couldn't. I've made all the frames for the jerry cans and everything.
Yeah.
But there's certain lights you can't do.
So you mentioned the bodies you can buy from a couple of companies.
Yes.
And is that like a shell without running gear type of thing?
Yes, basically it's complete, wiring harness, the whole lot, but it's, well, the first time I got a price on one was €22,000. They've probably gone up since then.
I would imagine
Plus
so.
all your import taxes and everything.
Yeah,
you know.
wow, that's getting up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how close is this to an original, and sort of where did you allow yourself some flexibility?
I tried not to sort of get out of the originality. I tried to make everything as close as possible, but obviously there's little bits and pieces, like the front and rear guards are trailer guards.
Right.
They were easier to, and they look exactly the same.
Yeah. And I guess if it looks the same, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, that's right. This is for the fuel tank underneath, and I was going to just make it out of wood, and then I thought, nah, I don't like that, and I made it out of steel and welded it all in.
Wow. Look, it's tidy.
Same as this, I made this from scratch.
Yeah. Some of that sort of like forming and that's, there's a lot of work in that sort of thing.
It wasn't easy.
No.
It looked a mess when I first started, and then as I started beating it and welding it, and it came about.
It all looks really good.
Like so this, the rubber seal for here came from the Czech Republic as well, because nobody has anything like that yet.
Right.
You know. So try and get everything as looking as close as possible.
Yeah.
Even the distance from the guard to the very front, there's a certain gap, and a lot of them, the reproductions, it's too long, so it sticks out, and I wanted it close as possible.
I guess that's the sort of thing that someone like myself wouldn't notice the differences, but once you delve into it or you start looking at pictures, it becomes probably quite obvious, something like that. Yeah. Were there any moments where you thought to yourself, what have I gotten myself into?
Lots of times.
Yeah.
Money aspect didn't help, because there was a lot of parts I couldn't afford straight away, and getting 16-inch rims for it was a major,
right?
Because these are on 16s, not 15s,
right?
And I'm not going to delve too much into them because I actually made them.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. And it sat in the garage sometimes for a couple of years, and maybe six months to a year.
Yeah.
And then I would get back into it. Unfortunately, when it sits, it becomes a shelf. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I went down a similar path with my motorbike that I rebuilt, and
it's just
the time stretches out, doesn't it, at times?
But I think when I got all the car painted and the guards was painted and I started putting it together, I thought, that's it.
It's like you've got a proper thing there, haven't you?
I have. It just came together, and it was great.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
and then
awesome.
I just started adding little bits and pieces, changing things. Put the jerry can holders on, and these are motorcycle ones from AliExpress or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And just painted them. They look just about right.
Yeah.
So I was very happy with that.
You've got to make do with certain things, I guess, haven't you?
That's right.
Mm. Yeah. And that kind of leads into what kept you motivated through the difficult times?
Oh, because I'm that keen on it. And I joined a military club, which is just a load of guys get together. We usually go down to Carapero, to the Armistice Day, and we're in the sand pit. and one of the guys saw the car, and I took them for a little drive around the paddock and everything, and they says, oh, this has got to be with us in the sandpit, Long Range Desert Group.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
I'm the captive German.
Right. That's classic. Oh, so that sounds like a good crowd then?
Yeah, it is. We'll get together once a month and we, have cake and tea and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So, with any long-term projects, I guess maybe, did your friends and family think you're a bit mad?
Well, my daughters, one of them's a mechanic, and they said, oh no, it's good, and one of them wanted to do was like a YouTube document on bringing it out. I'm not that. I'm not into that sort of thing.
And that, it's a process too. You're keeping track of it over time.
I've got lots of photographs of how it was built. And that.
Yeah.
My wife said, well, at least you've got a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't drink and I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And don't gamble.
Keeps you off the street.
And it keeps us off the streets.
Yeah.
So,
So if you're doing something like this again, a similar project, are there things you'd do differently or things that you could recommend to someone thinking about the same sort of project?
If I built another one, which probably won't, but there's a few things I would change. There's some dimensions that aren't 100%, and I would look more into that.
Right.
But if anybody's looking to build one, don't think it's going to be done in 6 months, because it's not.
No.
It was 2 years research to get as much documentation I could on one.
Far out.
And then building new floor pans. Getting left-hand drive floor pans was a mission.
Right.
They're quite expensive, but I managed to get some from a company in Auckland who do V-dub stuff, and they were clearing out. So I got them. I think I paid $250 for two.
Right.
Which are I think they're $300 or $400 now each.
Wow.
So I was quite lucky.
I would have thought that there's huge markets for Volkswagens, and they've been around relatively unchanged forever, but in lots of left-hand drive countries, I would have thought.
Yeah. But here, left-hand drives is not as popular.
I guess it's,
I've got engine parts and stuff I needed. There's a company called the V-Dub Shop. Paul, he was very helpful, you know.
I've seen they've got a massive workshop there, haven't they?
Over there, no, I still have now.
Were there things that had to be absolutely authentic for you?
Yes. The Nortec light on the front, the shovel, the one on the back, I wanted them right. I didn't want any made up ones or anything like that. And I got the front Nortec light, which is a convoy light, and I got that from America, and it was the cheapest and nicest one I could get, and it was still, I think it was $150 or something like that.
Far out.
I try not to think about how much things
That's
cost anymore.
But it's like, what are you going to do? It's
well, I used to keep a list. I had a book, and every time I bought something, I wrote it down, and I'd give up.
Yeah.
Because it was depressing.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. So that shovel is actually from the Eastern Front. That's the real deal. And this Nortec light is from the Battle of Stalingrad. It's got the original logo and patina there. Amazing. Yeah.
And this is the rear convoy light, or Nortec light. So these are red, but when you're in convoy, you put that down, and the closer you get, the brighter these get. So it's like an optical illusion.
Wow.
And it tells you how close you are.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So
this depicts forward control unit. That's what the flag's for, and it's obviously on wheels, and the whole sign basically means that it's part of the Africa Corps Panzer Division.
Wow.
And I researched that so I could get it right, because I didn't want anything on it that didn't look right.
Yeah.
Like Amstad 30 metres, which means that's your convoy distance.
Far out.
And I can't pronounce this, but beans don't cover these because it's the airbeds.
That's cool. Very cool. So actual, that's a genuine, would have been back in the 40s.
It was,
yeah. And are these lights like a period thing?
They didn't normally have them. some did.
Right.
And but Hella were producing them then.
Wow.
Producing them now. Like the gauges on the dashboard, the lights, they're exactly the same as the ones they used during the war. You can still buy them.
Really?
Yep.
That is neat. So that little round style with the surround, that's cool. So how long did your whole process take? You mentioned that you were sort of a couple of years of research, and
altogether to get it to not quite here was about 8 years.
Right.
On and off, because obviously time factor, money factors.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
So that's that's a long time, isn't it? And maybe you start initially thinking, oh,
yes.
this won't take too much once I know all the bits and pieces. But yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so what was it like when you first got to drive it after that amount of time? I know when I first rode my motorbike after many years of putting it together, it was kind of emotional, sort of validation and relief.
It was just like that. And I thought, it drives better than I thought.
Yeah. Because
I was expecting it to be all over the road and this, that and the other, but no, it was good. It was good. A hard ride. Because of the tyres and everything, right. But I got used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never built for comfort.
No.
It's
a utilitarian vehicle, isn't it?
Vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And so I guess maybe on that sort of vein, no regrets going through the process?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. No. That's good. So what sort of reaction do you get driving it around and at displays? I mean, maybe more driving it around because it's a little bit
I get it,
it's unusual.
People toot and wave, and some people video it as they're going past.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Recording it and stuff, and pulling up a traffic light. Sometimes people will pull up and go, "Yeah, cool, mate," you know.
Yeah,
all the rest of
that's it. Because I mean, I'm maybe in some countries there's a bit more of this kind of stuff, but I guess it's a relatively small niche.
It is. It's
more in
Europe and America more than here.
Right.
You know, because obviously there's not as many people, and it's a smaller niche. You know, for this sort of thing. Yeah,
because I see that there's a good. I go up to a car show at Kumeu, and there's a military vehicle sort of group there.
Oh yes.
And also, obviously at Frankton Thunder, they get a good turnout there.
Well, it'll be there again, and beginning next month.
Right.
Be parked up again.
Yeah.
So all I do is pull up, give them the keys, and they park it up, and I walk away.
Nice. So if you want to check it out in person, get to Frankton Thunder this year.
Yep, be on Commerce Street.
So what details are you most proud of, do you think? Is it easy to pick a couple, or?
It is. Obviously the jerry can holders. This part here, I'm very proud of because it's nearly identical. Plus the where the filler is. The fuel tank is nearly identical. I had to make a fuel tank. Right. It's all sealed inside. Unfortunately, I got the dimensions wrong. I'm not a mathematician. It was supposed to be 40 litres, but that's only 20. But as it doesn't go very far, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Things like the Nortec light on the front and the shovel and stuff like that. And getting all the proper little clips, making it as close as I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets it for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I mean, the devil is in the detail, and if it's being sort of appraised in a sense by like-minded people, people are going to know things, aren't they? So
yeah. Well, as I says, the only criticism I once had was somebody said the headlights were too big, but they did have 7-inch headlights in the early days, and then they went to the small ones, which I think are 5 1/4 inch, because they were cheaper. Right. And it's all about cost effectiveness.
And at the time, things weren't going well, and materials.
Near the end, materials and everything, and they just and they went to a different dash. They put a simpler dash in and stuff like that. Anything to make them cheaper, so they could still produce them.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's interesting. Okay, my last kind of definite question is: do you think you'd do it again?
Yes, I would. My wife, on the other hand, says no more projects.
Right. There's probably a lot of guys with projects in the same boat, I imagine.
Yeah. And I would imagine I could do it better, hopefully. And yeah, I could, but
yeah,
it's just time. I'm nearly 70 now,
right,
and I'm still quite fit. So
yeah,
other things are, you know, prioritised.
yeah.
now.
And I guess one thing about doing something similar, you've done all the learning now, which, like anything, is a
Yes.
big part of any project, isn't
Yes,
it?
it
And
is.
the ins and outs and suppliers and.
Yes. I'm one of these people that if somebody says, "Oh, you can't do that because this, that, and the other," I'll still go ahead and try.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 it works. I was told the swaging on the car would make it so wobbly you couldn't fit them. But
They look pretty good
they
to
look
me.
pretty good to me.
Yeah, yeah.
The knack is stretching the metal. Stretching it, like welding it and then stretching it over.
Right.
You've got a panel beating clamp to stretch it over.
So this is a learning process.
Oh.
You're learning panel beating along the way.
Yeah, well, I've always done panel
metalworking.
beating.
Right.
I built a Ford Special back in the UK, which had an aluminium body,
Right.
and based on a 52 Ford Prefect, and it had what was it powered by? A 100E aquaplane racing engine, which
Far out.
it shifted,
Yeah,
and yeah, I would build another one of them,
yeah.
but yeah.
Probably is just as difficult to get bits for as something like this.
No, it was easy.
Oh yeah.
Our parts are. There's loads of them lying around, parts.
Yeah.
And the body was all homemade. God
Right.
was homemade, everything. Even made the 15-inch wheels for it, which
Far out.
there was a company called Bellamy used to do the wheels, but obviously they're long gone, and any good ones are too expensive. So I used Volvo rims
Oh yes.
off a 144 saloon, which was the right width, and I had machined down the centres out Ford Pops, and I tacked them all up and I took them to an engineering company, and they had just welded them all in properly.
Wow.
Well, you can do that in England,
Yeah.
you know, and I didn't have to go through any kinds of hoops and loops.
Having them certified as such. And
No, nothing.
Wow.
It's different a bit now, but then I just registered it as a Ford Prefect Special, and it's still on the road.
Really?
That
That's
was
fantastic.
many years
Yeah,
ago.
that's awesome.
So,
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for taking the time with us today to talk about your car and show us your car, and I really appreciate that.
oh, you're very welcome, and I hope people enjoy the little snippets that we're showing people.
So do I.
Watch the road, Jeff.
Yeah,
Not
you
that.
watch the road. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It's really interesting to find out about something a little bit different, and maybe we'll see some more of this kind of vehicle on the channel in the future. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and maybe check out some of my other videos, and we'll see you next time.